Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Thanks so much for joining me on this absolutely glorious spring afternoon. It's Sunday the 21st of March and it's time for a garden tour. Okay, down the side of the house I used to have this, a plastic over this large grow house, but it is no more, so I've not taken the frame down yet. But what I'm using it for at the moment is to help me support some this sort of plastic mesh that helps me to keep the chickens off my plants and off my pots. And what I have along here is mostly potatoes. I'll put a link up to some of the potato videos that I've been making recently, and it'll give you a bit more information about what I'm doing with the potatoes. But suffice to say, I've got potato pots here. I've got a couple of very large, that one there and that one there. They're 65-litre pots with some secondarilies in. I've got a little pot there that has Duke of York, and I've got another Duke of York there, and another two here. And then this one has a Charlotte in, and for this particular pot I've got the soil in a plastic carrier bag that's then in a pot, and that's hopefully going to help me to harvest some potatoes within the base of the plant without disturbing the roots. Also in this area at the back there, I've got some elephant garlic. That went in, as you can see, on the 8th of November, and that's looking fine. There's a little pot there with just a little random yellow moon shallot, and there's another little yellow moon shallot there as well. And then just down the side here, there's some flowers. There's tulips here called, you can't see from here, foxtrot. So foxtrot tulips, and this is a mix of alliums and daffodils. Oh, you can see daffodil there. So we'll get some nice colour in those pots shortly. And at the other end of the grow house, I've got some more alliums and daffodils there. And then there's some little onions here. These were overwintering onions, Shakespeare. If we go into the patio, it's still a bit in disarray, but starting to get organised. Got this little grow house, and in here we've got some peas, just Provence, and some sweet peas. This is a sugar and spice, I think it's called. It's a hanging basket. Sugar and spice, a hanging basket, sweet pea. And down underneath, move this out of the way, we've got a geranium that's just in a bit of shelter at the moment. And then we've got some more potatoes. I've got 3 pots of Charlotte at the back there. And the big pots are empty. These big pots are empty of plants at the moment. I've just sat on these Gladiolus. That's Amanda Mahi and Gladiolus Nanus Nymph. And I've just planted them for the first year this year. Some little primroses that have overwintered. They're looking a little bit bedraggled, but some nice colour and some nice pollen and nectar for the bees. Just going to the other side of the little grow house, we've got some more potatoes. Jazzy in there and Charlotte in there. And we've got another Gladiolus. This is Purple Flora that I just popped in yesterday. And then looking over at my shelves here, excuse the empty pots, There's some more gladioli. These are like little dwarf gladiolus, and this one is called Nanus robinette. Here we've got some iris that have been in the pot since last year. And then looking down here, there's another Nanus robinette gladiolus. Well, there's 6 in there actually, and then Nanus nymph there. So they're sort of not getting a lot of sun at the moment, but as soon as they pop their heads up, I will get them out somewhere. Over here we've got some more shallots, and the shallots this year that I'm growing are yellow moon, and see they're in a fairly deep tub, and I've just used these cut fizzy juice bottles just to give them a little bit of protection from the wind. It's open at the top, but yeah, just a little bit of protection if it gets too windy for them. In this cold frame I have a number of hollyhocks. This is what's it called? Majorette mix. So if I just open this up, I've actually, in the bottom of the cold frame, I've got wool pellets to try and stop any slugs eating my young plants. So you can see they're nice looking, quite healthy hollyhocks. And these should actually, although I just sowed them at the beginning of the year, these should actually flower this year, which would be nice. I've got 2 or 3 more just in the potting shed, but these bigger ones are out here. You can't see it, but I've now got the canopy on the swing seat, and it's all ready to start using, and we'll start using it very, very soon. Actually, we'll probably start using it as soon as we can let the chickens out of lockdown, which is in a week and a half's time. Then we can just be out here as they cluck about the garden. And then down here we have, this is some, I don't know what this is actually. It might well be some irises, to be honest. Sowed last year, no label, bad me. And then this was a little row of herbs, but I don't know if any of them are going to survive or have survived. This was rosemary, and it's looking like it's maybe, you can see where I've cut it, and there isn't really any green stems, so might need to get myself some more rosemary. This was sage. This does have some green to the stem, so I'm hoping some more sage will pop up there. And this was chives, and I had to dig about and I can't really find any, so I'll get some more chives in there. And at the back we have some more flowers. I think they're probably just little narcissus or the like. I think we'll see, because I can see some flower heads appearing. And then at the back in the actual bed itself, there's some daffodils. Here we've got some Gladiolus Fiorentina. That's was good last year, so hopefully it will come back this year. And then a couple of pots of Rudbeckia, and I got these actually as plug plants and left them outside to overwinter, and you can see they're looking pretty tatty, but I'm hoping that they'll spring back into life shortly and get some lovely Rudbeckia. So that one is Prairie Glow, and this one is Prairie Glow as well. And this big pot here has some gladioli in, and we'll see them later in the year. In this middle flower bed, you can see that we've got poppies. The poppies are always enthusiastic at this time of year and coming back. These are just some slug traps that I've dug out and need to tidy up and get back in. There's a few other things, but not too much showing at the moment. There's a... what is that? I can never remember. Simasifuga? No, that's it. That's the Simasifuga there. No, it's not. That'll be Simasifuga there. And then that's some geranium, which gets everywhere. There's another poppy here. This is a really stunning sort of peachy, reddy pink, which hopefully you'll see. It hasn't actually flowered the past couple of years, but we've got plenty of foliage. Good old buddleia. You can see some daffodils have sprung into life, which is lovely. And this is a bed that I'm going to put some of my Picasso potatoes in, but I'll leave it for a few weeks yet, I think. And here we have a bed of cauliflower. This is all the year round. And I did have a video up, or I have a video up about how I prepared the bed and how I've sown or planted out, I should say, the all year round cauliflowers in that cloche and with the anti-slug halos and so on. I'll be taking that cloche off very shortly. We also have another 3 that I put in yesterday, actually, just the remnants of the seedlings that I had. They are not getting protected as well as the others, so we'll see if they do any worse or better. There's still a few cabbages in there, which I've left to their own devices really, and we'll see what they look like in a few weeks' time, and I'll get them harvested. Here in the bean bed, there's actually garlic. On the right hand side it's garlic checkmate, and on the left hand side it's some garlic that I saved from last year that I can't actually remember what it is. But both are doing fine. And then just to the left of that, this bed, I could have sworn I took out all the daffodils. I could have sworn I took out all the daffodils last year. But look, lots of daffodils. So I'll see how they go, and then I think I'll probably whip them out, because I'd quite like this bed earlier in the spring for other things. Okay, here in one of the terrace beds, a few months ago I planted some alliums, some crocus and some irises. You can see the crocuses have come up. They're just about going over actually, and there's plenty of foliage there indicating that the irises and the alliums are going to be coming up shortly. My rock rose is looking decidedly iffy. I'll give it a bit of a prune and see if it recovers, but look at this. Just dry as a bone, but hopefully it's just winter time, foliage died back. Give it a good old prune is the word I'm looking for. Give it a good old prune and hopefully it'll be fine. Just at the edge of the deck here, I've got my remaining 2 pots of Eskimo carrots. I don't know whether it's worth keeping them going. They're really... Let's just harvest this little one. Dum-de-dum. What have we got? A little dinky carrot. I suppose if they were all that size they could make a sort of gourmet side dish from them. Let's see if there's any better ones in here. I'm sort of getting a bit bored with them being around. Oh, that's not wanting to come. Here it is now. Well, again, dinky, but probably sweet and quite nice. So okay, I'm going to leave them a little bit longer. I'll take those in and just bunch on them, I think. Next to those I have some Shakespeare onions that were rearranged by the squirrels. And over to the left we've got a couple of early potatoes. These are swift, nothing happening with them yet. Okay, looking in this grow house, a bit of a motley collection of things. These came out from the house yesterday, a few days ago. These are African marigolds, double mix, and looking quite fine. These, you may have, these courgettes I transplanted from their original seed tray just earlier on today. These are shooting stars, so they are a climbing variety. They look a bit ropey, don't they? But hopefully they'll pick up once we get this cover closed and they get some warmth about them. Other than that, there's some echinaceas and things waiting to spring back into life. And these are some geraniums that I potted a few weeks ago. Doesn't have a time on, and they're starting to come through. Or some of them anyway, up in there as well. But I'm keeping them in here just to encourage them to sprout. In this other grow house, I've actually got some things out, just enjoying the day. But we can see here I've got some peas. These are douche Provence? Yeah. Douche Provence. Some peas there. I have got some Valen lettuce, but eaten by a slug, I bet. They were quite small when I popped them out. That is annoying. So I'm going to have a little slug patrol to see if I can find it. And hope the others survive okay. Up at the top here I have some beetroot Bolt Hardy, some carrot Royal Chantenay number 2, nothing coming through yet for those. And here's some, I've still got some indoors under grow lights, but these are a couple of pots of Bedfordshire onions. There's 2 or 3 in each of the pots, so I've brought them out to see if they would do okay outside just now. And then down in this level, some radish French breakfast that's coming through, and then there's a couple of pots of chard that haven't come through yet. And just looking on the deck here, here's an Iris Alaska that's from last year. These chives were from last year and have come back great. Ranunculus, I don't know whether it's going to come back. Obviously it's got a tree seedling in it. And then these radishes are this year's radishes: Scarlet Globe, French Breakfast and Scarlet Globe. This lettuce lives in the grow house overnight, and it is red salad bowl. It's looking okay. And here's more lettuce that lives in the grow house overnight. This is all year round. And we've got another all year round here. The little herb trug, the lemon variety. We've got lemon balm here coming back, lemon thyme and sorrel. All looking not bad at all. This veg shrub here has a cloche on at night. Here's some more lettuce all the year round. It's all full of random things. The There's some veiling lettuce there, more all year round lettuce. A random leek Alaska, cairngorm it's called. And we have a couple of garlics as well. In fact, checkmate garlic there, another one there. And then newly transplanted are these 2 stalks. I had some stalks that didn't overwinter very well, and these are the only 2 left, so I thought I'd pop them there because they're outside the kitchen door. So assuming that they grow, we'll get some nice scent in the evening. Okay, I think that's plenty to be going on with for now. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now. Bye.